Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Zizki Hala Kamila. I'm from International Class Electrical Engineering. So, I'm going to explain about OHS or Occupational Health and Safety. Let's start with the basic. What does OHS mean? Or definition of OHS. According to etymology, OHS providing protection efforts aim at ensuring that workers and other people in the workplace are always safe and healthy, and that every production source is used safely and efficiently. According to philosophically, OHS is a concept and real effort to ensure the sustainability of workers and all people in general, along with their works and culture in an effort to achieve justice, prosperity, and welfare. And according to scientifically, OHS is a branch of science and application that studies ways to prevent accidents in the workplace. So, OHS has its own laws or regulation. The first is law or UU. The second is government regulation or PP. The third is ministerial regulation or permen, and the last one is regional regulation or PERDA. After this, we will discuss in more detail about this regulation. First, law or UU. Law is the highest legislation in Indonesia. In the context of OHS, several laws serve as the main foundation, including Law Number 1 of 1970 on occupation safety and Law Number 13 of 2003 on manpower. This law set out basic principles and obligations that must be followed by all parties involved in the world of work. Second, 2. Government regulation or GL or PB. GL are more detailed regulation that govern the implementation of the provision contained in laws. Several GLs regulate OHS, such as GL number 550 of 2012 on the implementation of occupational health and safety, management system or SMK 3, and GL number 21 of 2013 on occupational health and safety training. 3. Ministerial regulation or permen and head of agency regulation (PERKA). Besides GL, there are also regulations issued by Minister of Heads of Agencies related to OHS, such a Minister of Manpower Regulation Number 5 of 2018 on procedures for occupational health and safety inspection. And the last one is regional regulation or PERDA. Regional governments also have the authority to issue regulation related to OHS according to the needs and characteristics of each region. OHS also has a legal basis which is taken from Law Number 1 of 1970 on occupational safety is indeed the main legal basis governing occupational health and safety of OHS in Indonesia. This law plays a crucial role in stabilizing the basic principles and general provisions that must be adhered to by all parties involved in the working world. The following are some important points regulated in Law Number 1 of 1970 on occupational safety. 1. General provision. This law regulates various aspects related to OHS, starting from important definition, the responsibilities of the government, employer responsibilities, worker rights and obligation, to the procedures for law enforcement in case of OHS violation. 2. Basic principles. This law establishes basic principles that must be followed in implementing OHS in the workplace. These principles include the principle of accident, prevention and work-related illness, the principle of safe and healthy work environment arrangement, the principle of responsibility, and the principle of cooperation between the government and employers and workers. 3. Employers' responsibilities. This law that employers have the responsibility to create a safe and healthy work environment for workers. They must take various preventive measures such as providing protection to workers, providing safe work equipment, conducting OHS training, and regularly implementing OHS programs. 4. All rights, workers' rights and obligation. This law is also regulates the rights and obligation of workers related to OHS. Workers have the right to work in the safe and healthy environment and to be protected from the risk of work-related accident and illness. In addition, they also have the obligation to comply with the applicable OHS regulation and participate in OHS prevention efforts in the workplace. Purpose of OHS based on UU Nomor 1 tahun 1970 concerning work and safety, the objective of K3 or K3 relate to machinery, equipment, workplace, foundation, and the work environment are to prevent accidents and work-related illness, provide protection to production resource, and this increase efficiency and productivity. This is important because poor employee health can lead to decreased performance or output and demotivation. Protecting workers and others in both formal and informal workplace. 2. ensuring that every production resource is used safely and efficiently. 3. Guaranteeing that the production process runs smoothly. 4. Supervising the 4M: manpower, materials, machinery, and work methods, to create a safe and comfortable working environment, thereby preventing accidents. And last, preventing loss or damage to tools, materials, or production. Principle of OHS. Every job can be done safely. Accidents always have cause. The cause of the accidents must be prevented or eliminated. Working safely means 1. Knowing the work to be done. 2. Understanding the steps or parts of the job. 3. Identifying the dangers involved. And 4. Or the last, knowing how to control these dangers. Importance of OHS. 1. Protects employees from illness, sickness, loss of future, and loss of income. 2. Save families from sadness and uncertainty about the future, as well as loss of income. 3. Save companies from losing workers, incurring costs due to accidents, loss of time due to halted activities, training or replacing injured workers, and even potential production stoppage. OHS has two parts in it, which are science and art. Occupational health. Occupational health is the effort to protect employees from anything that may harm their health as a result of work, which includes 1. Health examination for employees, ranging from initial health checks for new employees to regular health monitoring for long-term employees. 2. Workplace environment consideration, including dust, noise, lighting, and vibration. 3. Ergonomics, which including sitting, work tools, and workplace dimension. Work accident. An accident is an unplanned, unwanted, and unexpected event that can happen anywhere, at any time, and to anyone. Types of work accident. 1. Falling. 2. Being struck. 3. Electric shock. 4. Being bumped. 5. Being trapped. And the others. Work accident has its own classification. 1. Minor injuries. If less than 3 weeks, worker can return to their original workplace. 2. Serious injuries. If more than 3 weeks, worker can return to work but may experience a disability. And the last one, fatal. Cause death of the worker within 24 hours. Causes of work accident. According to Budiono et al. 2003, the factors that influence occupational health and safety are: A. Workload includes physical, mental, social burdens, so it is essential to assign employees according to their abilities. B. Work capacity depends on factors such as education level, skills, physical fitness, ideal body size, national status, and others. C. Work environment includes physical, chemical, biological, ergonomic, and psychosocial factors. Accident cost. Direct cost. 1. Compensation cost. 2. Treatment or medical cost. 3. Equipment repair cost. And 4. Investigation cost. Indirect cost. 1. Lost time for co-workers due to work stoppage. 2. Lost time due to employees assisting the victim. 3. Retraining costs and lost work time. And 4. The last time. And the last one, lost time spent dealing with that just happened. Accident investigation. The purpose of an accident investigation is to 1. Identify the cause of the accident. 2. Provide recommendations or action to correct the cause of incident. And 3. Implement preventive measures to avoid similar accidents in the future. The goal is to ensure that corrective or preventive action will prevent the recurrence of similar accidents. OHS development. A. Safety outreach includes safety lectures, posting safety posters, and showing safety films or slides. B. Safety talk conduct at the beginning of each work shift. C. Safety training includes training on the use of safety equipment, firefighting, emergency response, and first aid. D. Safety inspection involves routine and periodic inspection. E. Safety investigation of hazardous incidents or near misses. And F. Safety meeting that discuss issues related to OHS. Hazard, risk, and harm. A hazard is such a situation with the potential to cause injury or illness. A risk is the combination of the likelihood of an event occurring related to self-injury or illness, and the exposure of a person or equipment to a hazard. In other words, a hazard represents the inherent nature of a process that can harm individuals, while risk refers to the likelihood of that harm occurring, and the severity, the consequence. Hazard types. 1. Physical. Noise, vibration, heat stress, cold stress, radiation. 2. Chemical. Dangerous materials or explosive, flammable materials, corrosive. Hazardous materials, toxic, carcinogenic, teratogenic, mutagenic. 3. Biological. Virus, bacteria, fungus. 4. Mechanical. Interface with the machinery. 5. Electrical. The magnitude of the current or the amount of a current bring. Time, duration of exposure. Pathway or entry and exit points. 6. Psychosocial, workers mental. And 7. Ergonomics, the design of work tools. Hazard components. Intrinsic properties of the hazard. The inherent characteristic of the hazard itself. 2. Nature of equipment or material forms. The natural state of equipment or materials. 3. Exposure effect relationship, the connection between exposure to the hazard and its effects. 4. Hazard flow from process to individual. How the hazard move from process to the individual. 5. Condition and frequency of use. The condition under which the hazard is present and how often it is incurred. 6. Worker behavior. Aspects of worker behavior that influence exposure to the hazard. And 7 is mechanism of action. The way in which the hazard acts to cause harm. Risk. Risk is the probability or likelihood of negative effect occurring, depending on how likely the hazard is to cause harm. Risk, consequence, harm or injury. X, probability of injury. Consequence, hazard. X, exposure. Exposure, concentration. X, duration. Risk, hazard. X, concentration. X, duration. X, probability of injury. Safe. Safe is a condition where the hazard has been controlled to an adequate level. Danger. Danger is a condition identified through inspection that is concluded to exceed safe limits. HIRAC is hazard identification, risk assessment, and risk control. A. Hazard identification. According to Suwadi, hazard categories include physical hazard, mechanical hazards, electrical hazards, ergonomic hazards, habitual hazards, and environmental hazard, biological hazard, and psychological hazard. B. Risk assessment. This process identifies potential hazard that may occur and aims to control risk from process and operation. The assessment includes likelihood and severity. C. Risk control. This involves addressing potential hazard in the work environment by prioritizing them to assist in choosing the right control measure. The risk control hierarchy according to OHSAO to OHSAS 18001 includes 5 levels: elimination, substitution, engineering control, administrative control, and personal protective equipment. In risk assessment, the evaluation consists of likelihood and severity. Likelihood indicates the probability of an accident occurring, while severity indicates the extent of the impact the accident. The values of likelihood and severity are used to determine the risk rating, which indicates the level of risk and can be categorized as low, medium, high, or extreme. The likelihood scale in AS NZD 43 and 60 standard as follows. Level 5, almost certain. Expect to occur in most circumstances. Level 4, likely. Will probably occur in most circumstances. Level 3, possible. Might occur at some time. Level 2 is unlikely, could occur but not expected. And number 1, rare, may occur only in exceptional circumstances. The severity scale in AS and ZC 43 and 60 standard as follows. Level 1, insignificant. No injuries, low financial loss. Level 2, minor. Minor injuries or health effects, moderate financial loss. Level 3, moderate. Serious injuries or health effects requiring medical treatment, significant financial loss. Level 4, major. Major injuries of health effects with long-term impact, major financial loss. And the last one, level 5, catastrophic. Fatalities of severe health effects with permanent disabilities or deaths and critical financial loss. That's all from me, and bye.